Guys, we have probably on this channel the most interesting video that we have done so far, for so many different reasons today. I'm very excited to make this video because I have a lot of opinions. First of all, if you're watching this video, I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you guys think about this situation? I love reading the comments on this channel because, to be honest, the comments all over this channel are amazing. We have this situation today where it is official. Kylian Mbappe is going to Real Madrid. Now, obviously, you've not clicked on this video because you didn't know that. Everyone knows that. We knew this was going to be happening for months, right? It's just officially happening now. And my good friend Jake makes a really good point, and I've kind of been thinking about this a little bit. It reminds me a lot of Kevin Durant when he went to Golden State. Now, you might have heard this, and you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. You might not have watched any basketball, and that doesn't matter. I'm going to outline the situation for you and explain why I feel like this move for Mbappe, it's the right move as a player, and if I was in his situation, it's probably the right move. But for him and his reputation and his perception of how people see him, I don't know if this move is ever going to be successful for him. I don't know if he's ever going to go here and do what he thinks he's going to do. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So, I am a huge Kylian Mbappe fan. I love him. I'll always defend him. I'll tell you that I think he's an incredible footballer. He's one of one. Seriously, he is so good. I'm not one of those guys that sits here and hates on Kylian Mbappe. But I don't agree in here necessarily with the Messi to PSG situation. I think what I agree with here on this tweet is that he's expected to win, so the pressure is only even more now. And look, here's the way I see this situation with Mbappe to Madrid now. He's entirely expected to win. What's going to happen if he wins? Do you guys think people are really going to sit there and say, oh, he's the best player in the world, let's give him his flowers? Bro, people are going to try to tear this man down and say, dude, you just joined the UCL winners and the team that has won 6 Champions Leagues in the last 11 go rounds of this. 6 out of 11. You just joined that team because you couldn't win one with Paris. And all those years you stayed and tried to win, you couldn't do it, so you went to go join this team. Now, from the perspective of a player, I can't blame him. Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world. Anyone that denies that is delusional. Delusional. I say this every year, every time they do some crazy stuff in the Champions League. Look, this is 15 Champions League for them now. I tweeted this the other day. Second is Milan with 7. Like, no one's catching these guys, right? So you can't blame him as a player because he's going to the biggest club in the world. He's going to a club that have some incredibly young and informed players as well. And he's going to the club that I think has a lot of friends of his. I think he has a lot of friends at Madrid. That's my honest feeling on it. But is Mbappe ever going to get the credit on a club level that he's maybe going and desiring for? That's what I'm wondering here. And I don't think he's going to. I think for me, as a fan of football, I will support him, and I'm happy for him if he goes and wins the titles here. And look, a title is a title. If you win a UCL title or a UCL trophy, sorry, I'm talking NBA terms right now. You win a UCL trophy. I'm not going to be the guy that sits here and discounts or discredits that. But a lot of people will, and a lot of people will. It's not just a small amount, because I'm seeing what's happening with Kevin Durant in the NBA, and this is a direct comparison. It's not the same situation. If you don't know what happened with Kevin Durant in the NBA, I want to circle over to that real quick before we talk about anything. So Kevin Durant was with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's really one of the, that's the team that he was starting with, the Seattle Supersonics, which that team closed and merged as the OKC Thunder. So he really never changed his team in the NBA. And to be honest, when he was on the OKC Thunder, he played there, I don't know the exact amount of years. I think it was somewhere more than 5, not more than 8, I think. Not more than 7 or 8. 4 or 5 sounds about right, I think, combined with the Sonics. So Durant, they start having some success, and they are in the Western Conference Finals. So there's 2 conferences in the NBA. So there's the Eastern Conference Finals, the Western Conference Finals. The winner of both of those plays in the NBA Finals. They're playing against the Golden State Warriors, right? And they are up 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. They lose 3 games in a row, right? 3 games in a row they lose, and they obviously go on to lose the series, and Golden State goes to the finals. Now, what's the significance of this, right? Well, after this season, Kevin Durant announces that he goes to Golden State. Okay? So there was a lot, and Kevin Durant is one of my favorite NBA players of all time. Kevin Durant goes to Golden State right away. There's a lot of question marks being asked because Golden State just won the NBA Finals. They just won it. So it's like a top 3 player at that moment, probably with LeBron and, someone else in that category, right? He's going to Golden State. He's joining Steph Curry, who I'm sure you've heard of, Klay Thompson. We're talking an all-time, one of the greatest. People say this Golden State team is the greatest team of all time with the Bulls and, some of these other prime teams over the times. He goes and joins that team. So it's like the greatest player or one of the greatest players going and joining basically the best team in the league. And that's where I don't think this Mbappe situation with them, like this year, PSG, going through here and like losing to Real Madrid and then he's going to that team is the direct comparison. But what I do think is the direct comparison here is that Kevin Durant went to Golden State. For those of you that didn't know this, he won 2 NBA final rings. He got 2 titles. And in my opinion, he never got credit for it from the broader community. Now, me as a lover of basketball, I give Kevin Durant the credit. Look, I think he made the move he had to make for himself. He wanted to go get those NBA titles. He wanted to go to another team. Was it the largest challenge? They broke the regular season record, I think, one of these years. They won 73-9. They literally broke the NBA single season win record in 1 year that he went to the team. That was the 1 year, ironically, they didn't even win the title. But the other 2 years, they won the title. Where I think the comparison here is that Kevin Durant is such an all-time player. He's like an all-time top 20 NBA player, and I don't think he's ever gotten the full respect of everybody because he's never won outside of joining the best team in the league, right? And when he did join this team, he was the best player on the team, at least in the NBA Finals. Him and Steph Curry back and forth, the best players. He was Finals MVP, I think twice, definitely once. He went out on the biggest stage and turned it up, He went out there and really performed. I'll tell you guys, Kevin Durant went crazy on Golden State. He was iconic, efficient. He played as good as he could play. And he still doesn't have the credit, even after 2 NBA titles. So what's to say this situation isn't any different? Now, I know that Mbappe has not just lost to Real Madrid here in this specific season, and now he's going to join them, right? But essentially, Mbappe, in the eyes of many, is 100% a top 3 player in the world. I think he's the best player in the world. I know Vinny is on track this year to win the Ballon d'Or. I think Mbappe right now is still the largest talent we have in football. He's going to the team that just won. So it's that situation now where is Mbappe ever going to get the credit? Let's say Mbappe goes and wins 2 UCL titles in the next 3 seasons. I think that's expected. That's the problem with the team he's just gone to. I don't think he's going to get the respect at the club level. Now, Mbappe's already won the World Cup. So, you know what? This is a huge tournament upcoming for him to prove himself. I think the narrative changes even more. Yes, he has a World Cup. You can't take that away from him. I certainly don't. And I certainly respect Mbappe. Look, this is not a hate video on Mbappe. I'm just portraying what I think the reaction of many is going to be. And I want to hear you guys watching this video, what you think of it. I don't know if he's ever going to get the respect at the club level. Now, it's a little different. The NBA, it's a little bit of a different situation than football. Real Madrid is just so iconic. There's so much history. You can't really compare it to NBA teams. I hear that. But the comparison of the best player going to the best team, it's there. It's definitely there. Or one of the best players. Either way, whatever you want to call it. And for that reason, I think there's just so much damn pressure that the only way Mbappe is really probably ever going to get his flowers here is, again, he's going to have to put in the Kevin Durant all-time 3-4 year performance, be ultra efficient, insane, and he's going to probably have to win every year. I think if Mbappe goes to Madrid and they win the UCL now 3 years in a row after this year, I think people will say, okay, this dude is a GOAT. But anything short of that, 2 or 3 times in a row, I think people, I think it's going to be only negatives, as Jake pointed out here, and I totally agree with it. We look at the winners recently. Real Madrid just won the recent one. They won the one before this one. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bro. They have 6 UCL titles, bro, since 2013. I mean, 6. It's crazy. That is the team he's joining. Cristiano Ronaldo says, my turn to watch. Excited to see you light it up at the Bernabeu. My pronounces, you know me, I'm an American, bro. Look, it's cold. And look, there's no hiding that we can see via the photos today. This was Mbappe's dream, right? This was his dream. Ronaldo is his true idol. He's going to Real Madrid. Guys, look, there's no denying any of this. Look at the team Mbappe is going to be on next season. People don't even understand. Endrick is still coming into this team. They have Vinny, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Valverde, Tchouaméni. Have you seen how good this kid Arda Güler is? Bro, he is crazy. I don't think he's gotten enough hype. This kid is crazy. He's the real deal. Bro, he's 2005. He's at 2005. This team is so stacked, people don't even understand. I feel like I've seen Brahim Diaz really come into it. Camavinga is still 22 or 21, bro. He looked crazy in the UCL final the other day. They have the best center back in the world with Rudy. They have Militao back from injury. Bro, I'm telling you right now, the team he has just joined into, we might see Real Madrid next season maybe drop 4 league games total. The rotation squad this team is going to be able to go out and play with now, oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Vinny and Jude are right now in the top 2 in the Ballon d'Or voting, all right? Mbappe, I think, is still in the top 5. He could still steal the show and win the Euro this summer and be the best player and win it all and go crazy in the fall and win up the trophy. It's an insane situation, guys, and it's a scary situation at Real Madrid, how good they're going to be. And I know people are going to make the videos saying Real Madrid are ruining football. Look, I don't think any team is going to be able to compete with these guys in 2 legs in the UCL. I'll be honest. Now, we've seen mega squads in football not work. Like we've seen this Neymar, Mbappe, Messi not work. Look, even when Mbappe and Neymar were together, they choked against Bayern that year. They should have won that year. They played good enough in that final to win. They just didn't score. We've seen it. I feel like Pep's teams over time, I think they should have won more than 1 UCL trophy. I don't see them winning it now with this Real Madrid team. So there is a ton of pressure on this team. But yeah, man, it reminds me a lot of that. I love Mbappe. I love Kevin Durant. And it's sad for me as an NBA fan. I feel like Kevin Durant has never got the actual true appreciation for his greatness. He's great, bro. He's so efficient. What a player, right? But he's never gotten that true respect, right? Because he didn't win that ring at the club level. And look, Kevin Durant, guys, by the way, if we want to put this to a comparison to the World Cup or the Euro, he went out in the Olympics 2 summers ago and went stupid. He carried that team to an Olympic title, the U.S., and I still don't think he's gotten the respect. They were stinking it up, and he led them to glory. I still don't think he's had the success, so that's where I'm worried with Mbappe because he never got it done at PSG. Is he going to stay at Real Madrid, win all these titles? Then he's going to be out of his prime. He's never going to be able to truly do it on a club level. Look, I'm a statistics guy. At the end of the day, this is my closing statement for this video. If Mbappe goes to Real Madrid and wins 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 UCL titles, I'm going to keep the energy the same as I did with KD on the Warriors. He went and won titles, and it was business for him. That's all I'm going to say. That's my opinion. But I'm giving you guys the other opinion that I think a lot of people are going to really... this is a tough one for Mbappe. I don't know if this is the right move for the way that he's going to be perceived in the football world. But I still think it is the right move overall for his agenda, for his accomplishments, for what he wants out of it, which is going to be UCL titles. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Peace.